Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to the first chapter of the T-shirt design in Illustrator tutorial. Okay, so here on our first chapter, I'll be teaching you guys how you can customize the fonts to make a T-shirt design. So here I will show you how you can take just a normal font. After that, change the font style of those things, change the font size as well, and after that, put different colors using the path option, how you can actually create some lining, and after that give it a background, and you can just give slanting positions and make a stunning design out of it. Okay, so here in this particular class I'll be telling you guys or starting on with the first t-shirt design. So this is with the font. I'll be showing you guys a many more like retro t-shirts, how you can actually design a jersey, and all of this here as well. So let's not waste time and let's get started on this chapter of customizing the fonts to make t-shirt design. So here, as you guys can see, I'm here in the home page of the Adobe Illustrator. And now, as you guys can see, and I will come over here, go to the new file option, and from here, I will just name this one as font t-shirt design. Okay, so I'll just name this one. So I'll just t-shirt, and I'll just take 8 inches width and 11 inches height, and the orientation is quite fine. And what I can do is I will just take this blade, and in color I'll just take the CMYK, and yeah, everything looks good. And what I'm going to do is I'll just click on create from here. And as you guys can see, it just created me a page over here. Okay. So first thing what I'll do is if I just want to start typing any kind of font, in that case, what I'll do is I'll just come here and select this type tool. Otherwise, I can just click T on my keyboard. Okay, so I'll just click on T from my keyboard, and here you guys can see I do have my type tool there. So what I can do is I will just come here and I will start typing. So let me just type here. So I'll just type breathe. Okay, so I'll just type this breathe over here. And again, what I'm going to do is I'll just select this whole thing up. And here in the character option, you guys can see I do have different options. Like I can choose what are the font style, what are the font type. Okay, so from here I will kind of take this one, and what I can do is I can just increase the size. Okay, so here as you guys can see I am just increasing the size of this thing over here. And now again I'll select my selection tool, and using the selection tool what I'm going to do is I will just move this thing around. So I'll just bring this one here somewhere in the center. Okay, so I'll just bring this thing quite like this. And what I'm going to do is I'll just make a duplicate of this one, as if I just make any mistake while doing, I'll have this one over here. So I'll just copy this thing using my Alt key from my keyboard. So now as I have selected the font from here as well, what I'm going to do is I will come somewhere over here. Okay, right click, and what I'm going to do is I will try to ungroup. Okay, so I'll just try to ungroup all of this thing. Okay, so I'll just click on Control U, and using my tab tool over here, what I can do is I can just come here in between. And now if I just click on Alt and my slider key, okay, like my left key, so here you guys can see I can actually decrease the size between or the gap between the letters. Okay, so I'll just kind of do it like this, or with my right key I can just give this a space. So I'll just come here and I will be able to do all of that. Okay, I'll just decrease the size kind of from here, not exactly, I know I won't be able to do that quite exactly, but here just to show you guys an example. And I will just come here and I'll just repeat the same process. And again, I will come here. Okay, I will select this tool, and now again Alt and the left key, and here you guys can see now it kind of looks good. Okay, so now as I do have this particular group over here, if I want to select this one, I can just do that. If I want to insert any special character like any kind of symbols and all, I will be able to do all of that here as well. So come here again and just select this text, and from here come to object option, and from object you guys can come here in the expand option, and now I will just make this one individually a object. Okay, we need to make sure that this one is an object. We treat them as an object, each and everything, not a set of letters. So here, as you guys can see, I have clicked OK from here. And now I can just move this thing around. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, I can just move this thing around the way I want. So now I will just keep this thing somewhere here, or I'll just align it like before. So yeah, this thing kind of looks good. And let me just zoom in now. Okay, as I'll be working over here. And now what I will be able to do is I will come up here. And as you guys can see, I will take my direct selection tool. And from here, I'll just click out and I'll just select a subject, and now I can just come over here. I'll just click on shift and I'll just select this layer as well, and what I can do is I can just extend the size from here. As you guys can see, this is how I can just extend this thing. If I just want to zoom in a little more, I can actually zoom in a little more as well. Okay, so I'll just keep this thing somewhere here, or I'll just try to align it properly in the exact line. So I'll just keep this thing somewhere here. Okay, so I'll just keep this thing somewhere over here. And now what I'm going to do is, if I want to extend, I can just bring this here on top. Okay, I'll just keep this thing here on top of this one. Okay, and this kind of looks good. If I want to align it, I can always align it. Okay, if I just zoom in, and here I can basically check the alignment. Okay, so I will be able to check the alignment from here. And yeah, this kind of looks good. So I'll just go back here again. And using the direct selection tool, again, what I'll do is I will just select this layer, and maybe I'll just bring this over here. Okay, so I'll just bring this thing somewhere over here. And now I will select both of this layer. Okay, both this point. Using shift, I'll select this and this one here as well. And now using shift, you guys can move these things up. Okay, so here you guys can see now how it basically looks. And again, I'll just move this a little bit on the left. And what I'm going to do is I will just put this one a bit more inside. And now select this thing and just align it here in the particular line as well. And bring this B quite near here as well. Okay, so now this kind of looks good. And now what I can do is, if I want to make some offset path over here, now come here, select this one. Okay, this kind of looks good for me for now, but we are going to work a little more on this. So again, what I'll do is I'll select this one, and what I can do is I can come to this object option, and from object I will come to this path, and from path I will take the offset path. So here you guys can see my offset path is quite more. So what I can do is I can just decrease it to 0.75. Okay, and if I just click on OK, here you guys can see this is my offset path. And what I can do is I can just change the color of my offset path over here. Okay, so I'll just come here. And what I can do is I'll just go to object, again to this one, offset path. And from here, this is fine. I'll click on OK. I'll select this one and I will change the color to white. Okay, so I'll just come here and let me take a white color. So I'll just click on OK over here and you guys can see how it actually looks. Okay, so this is how it looks with my offset path. So guys, now if you just compare the first image, okay, this is the main one and this is the one which I do have right now. There is a lot of difference in both of this, okay, if you guys can see, and now we'll be doing a lot more here as well. Now what I'll do is I'll just create a rectangle from here. Okay, so I'll just take a rectangle somewhere around here. Okay, so I'll just select a rectangle. And what I'll do is I will just give this one a color. So for that, I'll select white. And now maybe I'll just give this pink color. And what I'll do is I'll just select this thing and I will just keep this one somewhere over here. Okay, so I'll just keep this thing somewhere over here and I'll just position it kind of like this. And what I can do is I will come somewhere over here and I will just decrease the size from here. And now I will just make this thing white. Okay, so I'll come here and I will click on this thing and I'll just come here in this white option and I'll just change this thing to a white color. So this is how it actually looks right now. Okay, so as you guys can see, now what I'll do is I'll select all these things up. Okay, so I'll just select these things up, Control C, and now I will just again uh, put this one over here. Okay, I'll just paste this one and I will just move all these things right down somewhere over here. So here, if you guys just click on this whole thing around here, suppose I will just go back again and now I have selected this whole thing and what I can do is I can just take these things out. Okay, the alignment and each and everything, just the outline by clicking Control Y. Okay, so here as you guys can see, okay, I'll just come somewhere over here. And now if I want to change any line, okay, or anything's positioning, I can basically change those from here. Okay, so if I just come here and if I just try to select these things up, I will be able to select these things up from here. Okay, so this is a way I can just work around. Okay, so if I just go back, okay, so here I will just come again and what I'll do is I'll just click on Control Y again. Okay, so here I do have this one. Select this whole thing and again just duplicate this layer. So I'll just duplicate a layer out of it here as well. Okay, so I'll just select this one and again I will put this one here as well. Okay, just I will keep this thing somewhere like this. And yeah, this kind of looks good. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to put a few more effects around here. Okay, so now I will just select this text, okay, and I'll just go to my Windows. And from my Windows here, as you can see, I do have the Pathfinder option. So I'll just bring my Pathfinder option here on this line, okay. And I need to make sure that once I have selected all this, I unite all of that, okay. So here I just need to merge all this thing up. So I'll just click here on this merge option. And as you guys can see now, this thing is quite well merged. And what I'm going to do is I'll just remove the extras from here. So I'll just delete this thing up. Okay. So here, as you guys can see, I do have this thing. And now what I can do is I can just select and if I want to delete any part, I can just delete any part from here as well. Okay, I can do all of that. So before that, I will come over here. And what I'm going to do is I will just change the color of this thing. Then whatever part I do need to delete, I will delete those. So maybe I'll just come here, okay, in this color option and I'll take some bright color from here. Okay, so let me take blue. Okay, so I'll just take blue from here and I'll just click on OK. So here, as you guys can see, I do have this parts which I need to delete. So from here, I'll select this one, and now I will select this one, and I'll delete this here as well. And here you guys can see I do have this part, and I will just select this layer, and I'll delete this layer here as well. And outside, you guys can see, okay, so here, as you guys can see, I'll delete that part. Okay, otherwise I will just come over here and I'll delete this part. Okay, so this is how we can basically work around. Okay, so if I just want to delete this part, I can delete this part here as well. So this is how it's actually going to look like. So I'll just bring this thing kind of down, and this is looking quite great. I'm quite well satisfied with this one. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have this logo, and what I can do is now, if I want to put up any boxes right underneath this one, I can do that here as well. So I'll just come here in the rectangle tool option, and what I can do is I need to just make a box somewhat like this. And what I need to do is I'll just change the color of this box. Okay, so let me give this thing a different color. Okay, so something in light. So I'll just click on OK. And what I can do is I can just select this selection tool. And now I can just click outside over here. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just click here, bring this layer and just put it here on top. Okay. So I'll just put this thing here in top, right click, and after right clicking, what you can do is you can come here in the arrange option, and here you guys can just click on send to back, and here you guys can see I do have this thing. And now if I just want to make this sides a bit round, in that case I will just come here and select this option. If I want this side, okay, only this side, and I just want to extend this thing, okay, I can do that here as well. And if I just want to change any sides, okay, so in that case what I can do is I can just select that particular size, and we guys can work with that. Okay, so here, and if I just come and select this layer, what I can do is I can just make something kind of like this. Okay, this also looks good. Here you guys can see this both ends are sharp and this both ends are not sharp. Okay, this one is kind of rounded. Okay, so this is one way of how you can actually make some t-shirt designs. So again, once this thing is done, what I'll do is, so here now I will come here. If I just want to play around with the colors, I can just play around with the colors here as well. Okay, like if I come here, as you guys can see in my libraries, I do have the Adobe Color 2021. And here you guys can see I do have different color palettes. Okay, suppose if I just choose this color, and now I will select this layer, and to this layer I'll just give this thing kind of this color, or this one, or something in dark. I can just play around with the colors here as well. I'll just give this thing a dark one, and now I can just change the intensity of my page. Okay, so I'll just come over here and select this one, take this color, and yeah, this kind of looks good. And I'll just select my words over here. And for the words, what I'll do is I'll just give this thing a color like this, or something darker. Okay, so I can just take blue. Okay, so this one also kind of looks good. Otherwise, I can take this. Okay, and if you want to play around with stroke, you guys can play around with strokes and all as well. So here, as you guys can see, I do have this thing ready. So this is my t-shirt design, which I do have. And what I can do is I can just select both of this. So these are basically just backup files. Okay, make sure that you delete it afterwards. And what you're going to do is I will just select all these things, and I'll just group this thing up, and I'll just put this thing here in on top. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, I'll just put this thing here in the top. And now I can just duplicate the layer from here as well. Okay, so I can just duplicate. And what I can also do is if I just come back again here, if I go to export libraries and here in my Creative Cloud, let me search for t-shirt mockup. Okay, so here you guys can see I am searching for a t-shirt mockup place, which you guys can basically view from here. Okay, so I can just come somewhere here, and what I can do is I can just take this. Okay, I can just download this and I can basically get started. Okay, so I'll just click on OK over here, and you guys can see this one is licensed. So I'll just go back again. Okay, so you guys can actually download, or there are many free pages which I will tell you guys here as well. Okay, I will show you guys a mock-up over here. And the other way is if you come here in the file option, okay, go to place, and here I will just take this file. Okay, so I'll just try to take this file from here. Okay, so this is just importing. So I'll just unzip my file from here. So I'll just come again, and what I can do is I'll just go to my downloads and I will try to extract all. Yeah, I'll just try to extract all from here. And from here, what I can do is I can just take the image down from here. Okay, so I can just copy this thing up. Okay, so I'll just decrease the size of this one here as well. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I'll just try to zoom out, control minus. Okay, so I'll just zoom in again a little bit. And what I can do is now I will just decrease the size of the t-shirt from here. And what I can do is I can just keep this thing somewhere around here. And now I will just decrease the size proportionally of this one. So what I can do is I will just click on shift, and I can just make the size smaller according to that. Again, I'll just click shift and I'll try to put it here in my t-shirt. Okay, so I'll just try to put that thing on top of my t-shirt. So what I'll do is I'll just select this one, right click, arrange, and I'll just click on bring to front. So select this one, shift again, decrease the size. So maybe I'll just put this thing over here. And now I will just duplicate this one here using my Alt. So this is how the t-shirt may look. Okay, so I'll just come here and I'll just decrease this thing. So I can just click shift over here and I can just group these things up. And now if I just decrease the size, okay, proportionally, then I will be able to decrease the size from here as well. So this is how the t-shirt design actually looks like. Okay, so I will just decrease the size proportionally from here as well. Okay, I'll just keep this thing here in the middle. And now again, shift, decrease the size, keep this one somewhere over here. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to take another image. So again, go to the file option, or I will just directly put it from here. Go to downloads, and first I will just come here. Okay, I will come here, right click, and now I will just extract all. So I'll just click on extract, and here you guys can see this two is getting extracted. So I'll just come here, go back, come to this one, right click, extract all, select extract, and here you guys can see I do have this t-shirt. And what I can do is I can just put this thing up. So I'll just click on yes. So I'll just come somewhere here. If I can place this thing up, I will try to place this thing. Okay, so somewhere over here if I just click on place. So basically from here I will be able to place this image. And what I can do is now I will just click on Alt and I'll take this same logo right around here. Okay, and right click, go to arrange option, and I'll just send this thing to back. Okay, I do have my design over here. If I want to put any kind of transformation, I can just put any kind of transformation as well. So for that, what I need to do is I need to come here or just click on T from my keyboard. So I'll just come here in the object option, or I'll just click on T directly. I'll just try to transform. So I'll just click on T over here. And what I can do is I'll select this. And if I want to share it up, I can just share it up here as well. Okay, object transform. And I'll just share this thing up. And I do have this option. If I want to tilt it kind of like this, I will be able to tilt this one. Okay, so maybe I'll just give this a 25% and I'll click on enter. So here you guys can see I do have my t-shirt design over here. Okay, so this is how it actually looks. I'll just try to place this one here in the middle. And if I just zoom in, this is how it actually looks. If I wanna uh, give some gradient, I can just use some gradient from here. So as you guys can see, okay, so I'll just come up here and select this one. And here, if I just come here in the gradient tool, what I can do is I can just select this thing up or down over here. Then I can do all of this thing. Okay, so I'll just cancel this thing from here and I'll just keep all of this here in the middle. Okay, so now if I just ungroup all of these things again, then again I'll just come over here, select the gradient tool, and now just take side over here and come here again, select the selection tool. And if I just want to move this thing around, I will be able to move this thing around as well. So come here, select this, and what I'll be able to do is I'll just select this one quite a bit. Select this one, move this one over here. And what you can do is select the gradient tool. And from the gradient tool, what you can do is you can just work around with your gradient. Okay. So if I just come to the windows as well, okay, I will be able to work around with my gradient option, which I'll show you guys later, like how this thing is actually done. Okay, and I'll be explaining you guys in detail about the gradient. So from here you guys can check the angle. So here if I come here and if I just select all of this, then what I can do is I can just come here, select this option, and I'll just select this thing. And now I'll just come here in the types and I can just arrange a different color. Okay, so I can just give out different colors from here as well. Okay, so this is how you guys can work with the gradient as well. Okay, I will just come here in the fill option. Maybe I'll just give a white color. Okay, I'll just come here. I will just give this thing a red color. Okay, and just ungroup this one and now select outside. And once I click inside, I'll just give this thing a white color. Okay, and the same way, what I'll do is I'll just ungroup this one and inside one, I'll just give this thing a white color here as well. Okay, I have changed the whole thing over here. So I'll just select this layer and I will just select outside. I'll just go back again to the same place. So come here. Okay, so I'll just select this uh, thing up. Okay, so I will just group this one. Okay, I'll just click OK. And if I just want to delete this thing, I will be able to delete this thing here as well. Okay, so I'll just select this whole thing up. And what I can do is I can just delete this. And now I will select this layer and I'll delete this layer as well. Okay, so I'll just move these things up. And what I can do is I'll just select both of this and I will just move this thing around. Okay, not with my direct selection tool, only with my selection tool somewhere around here. Now move this one and just put it here in the middle. So this is how your t-shirt design will look like. And all these extra things, I'll just come here and delete. And this is how you guys can actually make your own t-shirt design the way you want. So hope you guys have understood this class. Take care, everyone, and see you all in the next chapter with some new t-shirt designs or in different ways. As in this whole tutorial, we'll be learning about t-shirt designing in different ways. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.